XA traders, I hope everyone's good. We're basically going to be looking at NFP, looking at gold and DXY to see what happened and why it happened. So let's open trading view. Here, as you can see, I've opened my trading view. I was currently already looking at gold. As you can see here, since the 30th of April, 1st of May, we can say that gold has been buying till the 20th of May. It has been an uptrend. And basically in this uptrend it formed its highest high of all time, basically. As you can see, we're looking at the weekly time frame. You can see this zone, this black line that I've put there, 2071. This is the highest the gold has been trading at. But now I've broken through and just formed even more higher highs. Right, so basically, there's an uptrend, obviously, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. But now let's look at this all-time high that was formed there. We have something there called EQL, which is equal lows, which is basically self-explanatory. Equal lows, which is liquidity, right? So now let's say you are buying gold at this point. Your first sign here to step out of the market is this. You are in uptrend, right? You are in an uptrend which failed to make higher highs and instead formed an equal low, which we can write as liquidity like this, right? Liquidity has to be swept, which is what happened. Started selling aggressively, but we still have that that highest high that hasn't been tested, right? Which is why a lot of people are anticipating bullish movement for the whole week. As you can see, I was bullish as well. My first entry was there at 2019. Kept placing trades at each fair value gap, or sort of a swing trade, you could call it, right? And then here, this was my first sign to step out of the market as a buyer. At this fair value gap here, I had placed an entry. But then the fair value gap got invalidated because instead of bouncing off of the fair value gap and going up again, it went directly through it. And the purpose for this was because China had decided to stop buying gold. Like, they just decided to stop buying gold, like, completely. And obviously now, if gold is not being bought by China, which is a big buyer, its demand has decreased drastically, which is why gold dropped heavily before NFP. Right. This is also a sign to all traders is to not trade on NFP day before the news is actually released, because market is very shaky, it's very choppy. Here's a screenshot of gold being stopped to be bought by China. And yeah, so we had that big drop before NFP and retested on the fair value gap. You can see on the 30-minute time frame that it was selling aggressively the whole day, basically. So a lot of traders for NFP were still bullish despite the big drop, because they were anticipating a retracement to come somewhere around there, right? But that didn't happen. It continued selling. And for the reason, we'll look at DXY now. So basically, I opened DXY so that we can confirm as to why gold did not buy and why the US dollar basically was stronger than gold. So here we have a daily time frame, right? We have a higher high, higher low, higher high, and a higher low, which is something we call an uptrend. As you can see, I'll just put my trend line there, because you have a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. And as you can see, what happens from these higher lows is that we anticipate a higher high, right? Which is your first confirmation that DXY is going to buy. Now you're looking at it on the 4-hour time frame. Here we can see that we have a downtrend within the uptrend, which is something that always happens in trading. You have trends and trends, right? So this is where market was before that big blue candlestick that happened with NFP. As you can see, we've gotten to a higher low, so we're anticipating a big move to the higher high, which is why we should have anticipated buys. Here we can see as well, third confirmation is that we have a zone there, right, that it was consolidating in, and it failed to break the lows dismally. 1, 2, 3, 4 times I can count there, which is our sign that DXY is going to buy. This is actually something called a drop base rally, basically. I'll show you it very soon. It's basically a price action basic. But yeah, as you can see, when DXY goes up aggressively, gold goes down aggressively, which is something that a lot of traders don't know for some reason. But let's look at it here. Here we have equal lows at this zone here that I've drawn there. Equal lows, we call this equal lows as well. So you know that equal lows are liquidity. And one thing about liquidity is that it always has to be swept. So here I'm going to rewrite it here as equal lows. Right? But if you don't write it as equal lows, you can just write it as liquidity. But one thing about liquidity is that it always has to be swept. Right? It always has to be swept, which is what happened on gold. So here I'm going to basically be showing you the basic price action movements. Here we have a rally, base rally, a rally base drop, a drop base drop, and a drop base rally. A drop base rally is basically what happened on DXY. This is exactly what happened on DXY, and I'm going to show you right now. We had the drop base rally, which is here, drop base rally, which is what happened on DXY. And yeah, let's go back to the daily time frame. We have an uptrend, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. That's the first confirmation. Second confirmation would be the fact that we have a downtrend within the uptrend, which got to a certain point where it was failing to break the lows, which is right there, which is supposed to be our confirmation that DXY is going to buy aggressively, which means that gold is going to drop aggressively. And yeah, we'll have a look at that now. DXY bought aggressively, and gold dropped aggressively. And yeah, there you have it.